Hello and welcome. Now, lots of people ask me to show camper vans from the United States, which is a bit difficult as I'm in Europe. But today I'm going to show you a van which is only available in the United States. So I hope you're going to find this one interesting. The downside of this is that it's a very small van and I've only got photos, but never mind, you'll get the general idea. Meet the Mercedes Metris. That's what we know in Europe as the Vito, and Mercedes is pushing this in the US as a base vehicle for campervan conversions. It has been adapted to local market and customer requirements. For example, unlike here where we want diesel engines, in the US it's going to be only on petrol. That's to say what the Americans call gas. And the Vito has been available since 2015 in North America. If you know the market at all, you may be wondering what happened to the Weekender. The answer is nothing. What used to be called the Weekender is now called the Metris. So instead of sounding like the name of a contraceptive, it now sounds like the name of a public transport system. Driverge Vehicle Innovations has teamed up with Mercedes-Benz to launch the Metris Getaway, and this camper van is now on sale. It's available and you can get one. Don't know where, but if you ask Driverge Vehicle Innovations, I've got a very comprehensive website and Facebook site. I'm sure they'll be able to tell you. Driverge Vehicle Innovations does what they say. They innovate with vehicles. And that does not only include camper vans, which appear to be a small part of their business. Other products they do are taxis, mobility vehicles, prisoner transport and others. You can see more on their website, which is where I got this information from. And let's face it, if you were in Ohio as our Driverge, the first thing on your mind would probably be to get out as quick as possible. And what better way to do it than in a camper van? Now, according to Klaus Rekluger, who's the head of Mercedes-Benz van sales and marketing, van life is very popular all over the world. Well, Klaus, there's some countries it isn't very popular in, but I'm sure you'll help us, or people like myself, to make it more popular, but it certainly is very popular in the United States. And Klaus even thinks that the USA is the home of van life. Maybe he's right on that one. Although the first vans or conversions, camper vans, in fact, I think fair to say, were here in Europe. So, as well as the Sprinter, Mercedes really do want to push the Vito, and that's why they're happy to work with manufacturers such as Driverge to get their products out into the market. Now, the Vito, of course, is used by a number of converters here in Europe, above all in Germany. And this is so it's a popular vehicle. It's not as popular as a Sprinter, of course. The Sprinter gives you far more room to use. So a little bit more on the Vito in the United States. It's got a 4-cylinder petrol engine. It needs a service interval of 24,000 kilometers or 16,000 miles, and it has a permissible tensile load of around 2,250 kilos. And times that by 2.2 and you'll get how many it is in pounds. 2¼ pounds of jam weigh about a kilogram, so it's about 2.22. There's a lot of other safety and assistance systems with the Vito, and or should I really be calling it the Metris? Sorry, which include the attention assist. It's got the echo start stop function. It's got crosswind assist which stabilize the vehicle and ensure safety in strong gusts of wind. And I've seen on the television that in Florida you do get strong gusts of wind. At the same time, it's got a load adaptive dynamic traction control ESP, which actively intervenes in the power transmission of the engine and brakes individual wheels, or reduces the transmitted torque in order to stabilize the vehicle when the wheels spin. So if you want it in a camper van, of course you'll probably be wanting some features with it. So it would come, for example, with a habitation battery. It's got a pop-up roof, as if you wanted one, so you can get 4 people inside, and the two up, 2 below, and below you've got this multifunctional rear bench seat that can be folded out to make a bed. And so you've got a rail which moves along in, and also some storage space as well as required, which is quite the common way of doing things. That's the way it's been done since, I think, the 60s. There are captain seats up front. Well, that makes it a little bit easy if you want to sit around the table. And there's other things which the Metris Getaway describes as camping flair, or maybe it was Mercedes described as camping flair. Take it from me, these things are essential. And that includes things like a fly screen. You want to keep the insects out. And maybe a little bit less essential, but would be handy. You can get this tent for the tailgate, and you get an awning as well. I mean, you might think that's unnecessary, but it's just nice to sort of sit under the awning. And bear in mind, it gets a lot hotter in the United States in certain places than it does here in Europe. You can also put roof racks on, and that could be used for taking things like surfboards or other sports equipment. And what about the kitchen? Well, you can get a pull-out kitchen for the rear of the camper van. And also, if you want, stands to reason you always get this, of course, but you can ask the manufacturers to put solar panels on, so that will actually charge up your battery. And if you want to look really cool, you can get around 200 selectable foils. Well, you'd want one of the 200, so you've got a big choice, and then you can have it to look the way you want it. But I'll tell you what I'd rather have than 200 selectable foils, and that's a toilet and a shower. Not an outside shower where everybody can see me when I take my... Well, so as soon as you take your clothes off, you probably have to leave your underpants on when you're showering. How about getting a toilet and a shower in the van? So therefore, I suggest you get a Sprinter based van, because at the end of the day, having plastic bags full of excrement is probably not all that cool. That's just a bit of advice from me. Take it or leave it as you wish. Alternatively, you may say, well, let's get a porta potty.